In the last video, all the comments were talking about how great Diablo 2 was. And I bought, I don't know, a while ago, Diablo 2 and 3, like in like a combo pack. And I bought it for like $20 or something on the Xbox. And it was right around when Microsoft would have bought Blizzard. I was like, oh man, if they do anything cool, it's definitely coming to Xbox, you know, and that'd be cool. That's where I got him, you know, I was more console focused, I guess, then. Whatever. So I knew I had it, and I'd never ever booted up before. I booted up 3 before 4 came out for a little bit. And maybe I picked Necromancer. I don't remember. Didn't play a whole lot of 3. So, but anyway, all these comments in the last video, the Diablo 4 video, we're talking about how important it is to play Diablo 2 or how much fun Diablo 2 is. So I decided to boot it up and, you know, see what everybody was talking about. And if you remember in that last video, I had said something about solo leveling, the anime, and just how like that concept, that like drive to, you know, get better, to level up and, you know, grow stronger or whatever, is just super fun and just like super like that like loop or that grind or whatever is like super fun. And if there's a game out there that can make the grind super fun, then like that's kind of like what I was looking for. And I think I found that in Diablo 4, and I still really, really like Diablo 4, and I've enjoyed every season I've played, really, in Diablo 4. Like, I have not had a bad time in Diablo 4. You know, are there things I think they could change and improve upon and, you know, rework? Absolutely. But, like, I don't think it's a bad game. I'm not giving the game a 2 out of 10, you know, saying that it's terrible. So that's kind of the mindset that I'm going in with. So then I boot up Diablo 2 and look at the classes, and what's funny is so many of the classes in Diablo 2 are the same classes from Diablo 4. I think like the only 2 new ones are Paladin and Amazon. I guess like the one is like what, like Assassin maybe or something, which is like pretty much like a rogue, you know, I would think, but I could totally be wrong there. I don't know. But I picked Amazon just because I think it looked the coolest. So started playing. Definitely totally different vibe, feel, everything than Diablo 4. Like you can definitely tell this is, you know, like an old game. And the resurrected version is, I am going to assume, just like a little bit of a visual upgrade to the game. And not really any kind, not like a remake, you know, it's not like going from Resident Evil 2 to Resident Evil 2, you know, on Xbox and PS4 from the PS1, you know, that's like a full, that is a remake. Like the game doesn't even play the same. The game, you know, follows the same story, but like everything else about it is different. Like that is a full on remake. And this is not that, I don't think anyway. The world is a little bit less, like, fun, I guess. It's very, like, I don't know, like, depressing. Which is, like, fine. Like, Diablo 4 is like that, too. Like, you know, demons are exploding through the ground, trying to kill you. So I would get that I'd probably be pretty, you know, depressed, bummed out a little bit, too. But, like, I don't know, just, like, something about it. But, like, even in Diablo 4, like, at least, like, the world is, like, yeah, it's depressing and it's a depressing vibe, but like at least there's like a little bit of color there. You know, this game so far anyway, in this game in Diablo 2, I have not seen very much color. But I'm also, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours in. I'm about to be done with Act 1. You know, we'll see kind of how that goes after I beat that boss. I went right to Max Roll to look up, you know, just like I would for Diablo 4, just see, hey, what's going on? What are the things? And to my surprise, Amazon was a good class to pick. So I'm happy I picked it. And they've got like a whole like leveling guide on like, their leveling guides like leveled by class, not even by like skill, which is kind of neat. Started playing it. I'm starting the leveling guide. I just hit level 13 or whatever, you know, the end of this section of their guide is. And it's good so far. Like the loop is there. It feels like, you know, at its skeleton feels like Diablo 4. So like that must be the, you know, the Diablo through line is that, you know, that feeling. But yeah, the gameplay is like good. It's, you know, again, similar to Diablo 4 of, you know, I'm just kind of holding the same button. I'm, you know, using the skills to inflict debuffs and stuff on the enemies and all that. I will say it is less intuitive on like what is good and what's not, and like how to use things and how to do stuff. Like I didn't know for a long time the scroll of identify or whatever. I didn't know, like, how do I use that? What do I use that on? You know, like I don't get it. And so I tried like identifying stuff. I'm like, oh, am I supposed to identify stuff like on the map? Or like, am I supposed to identify something in the menus? Or like, what is this, like a help, like a tutorial kind of thing, you know? Or is this going to like tell me about stats or something, you know, explain the stats to me or something? And it's not. But I eventually found where I picked up a piece of gear. I'd picked up many pieces of gear that say unidentified on them or undiscovered or something. And so once I like picked something up, like I probably picked up like the 20th, you know, undiscovered thing. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is what you're supposed to use it on. Got a thing. That's cool. But like, are you kidding me? For me to see the magic bonus or whatever to a piece of gear costs a currency to unlock it. Like that's kind of weird. And I don't know if it changes. I don't know like what happens, you know, going forward. But right now, as it is, where I'm at, and having, you know, Diablo 4 brain, that's like a bummer. I'm like, oh, that's like, I don't want to identify anything. You know, like I don't want to waste this currency. Then I just have to go buy more, which is like, I'm like drowning in gold, I feel right now. Like I just be selling everything. And it just has brought in so much gold, so much, you know, money that I'm not really worried about it. And again, I'm like following this guy that's saying, you know, hey, buy this, socket these runes, you know, do whatever, which is cool. So I know like what to keep and I know what I'm buying and stuff. So I'm not like buying like useless things or whatever. But yeah, like that's crazy that the game wants you to have to farm a currency, you know, like those scrolls, or buy a currency, the scrolls, to be able to use them to see the thing. Now again, that's coming off of Diablo 4, where that is not the case, where all of your stuff is just there for you to be able to see, which I think is great. But I'm also able to kind of transport my mind back a little bit, say, okay, cool, well, that wasn't that system, you know, this was the system they had before, all that stuff. Because like at the end of the day, like Diablo 2 is a different game than Diablo 4. Like they are two separate things. They are their own things. Which totally makes sense, and I'm like totally on board with that. So it's just been, you know, a little bit of a challenge trying to switch my brain from playing so much of Diablo 4 and understanding how that system works to switching into a Diablo 2 mindset. So yeah, so I'm really curious to kind of see like where it goes from here and how much further into it, you know, things go and all that. But I am enjoying it. Like it is fun. Again, it's just a big learning curve. And that's going to be the tough part. So as it stands now, I still like Diablo 4 a lot. And I don't see that this Diablo 2 is, you know, far and away leagues better than Diablo 4. I just don't see it right now. But again, I'm less than 10 hours into it. I just hit level 13. So, you know, I have no room to talk really. So, but one thing that I absolutely love though, and I think maybe is better than Diablo 4, is the music. The music is insane. Just the vibe that it gives off. It's like so like creepy and like just like weird. And it just, I don't know, it just feels so like, I don't know, like kind of almost like computer gamey, you know, like of like the 90s or early 2000s, like computer games and stuff. Like, I don't know, that it just like, it gives me a good vibe. Like the music is absolutely incredible. And so I think that is, yeah, like I get the hype there. But as far as like the gameplay and like going through it and like story stuff and, you know, anything like that, I'm getting there, you know, I'm chugging along. I don't know how long it'll take me to beat it. I do kind of like the idea of this being just like a chill kind of experience or just like a chill kind of playthrough of the game just to see where everything leads to. So yeah, so I would definitely, like, I probably wouldn't, you know, go into the seasons of this game. I don't know if, I guess, like, Diablo 4, like, once you beat the game, that's how you unlock the seasonal stuff or whatever. You got to beat the campaign or whatever. So I'm curious to see if that's this and if there is, like, a season like there is in Diablo 4. Because I know we're on season 9 or something for it, and season 10 is coming out. I don't know. It's crazy to me to think that Blizzard is running seasons in Diablo 2, Diablo 3, and Diablo 4. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, I am enjoying it, and it is something that I think I will, you know, at least see through to the end for one character. Definitely at least for this Amazon. I don't know if I'll go back and try a Paladin or not. Depends on how I feel after I beat it. So yeah, so that's just my quick thoughts on Diablo 2, just because a lot of people in the last video said I should check it out and play it, and I did, and I liked it. So just wanted to share that with you. All right.